Hey y'all, welcome back to my live broadcast. I'm Shanta Prince and I help women coaches leverage their gifts and expertise to build profitable coaching and consulting brands. So today I want to talk to you about profit versus passion because in essence, I work with a lot of women who are also believers. They're Christian women just like me. So they're women of faith and they're growing their businesses. And one of the things that I often run into because of the nature of how we are and the things that we want to do and our hearts for service, I run into a lot of women who want to grow their businesses, but they also have something that they're passionate about. And like all of us have this thing where it's like, okay, we love doing this specific thing right here, but hey, but that thing may not be profitable. Okay. And so let me give you an example. Like I really am passionate about feeding the homeless. Like I'm every Thanksgiving, I'm asking my husband, like, where can we go to feed the homeless on Thanksgiving? I'm always finding ways that I can help support um, feeding the homeless. And so that's a passion of mine, right? But that's not a profitable, that wouldn't make a profitable business for me. So because we have so many passions and things that we want to do, we have to understand the difference between something that we're passionate about and something that's going to make us a profit. Because when you're called to business, if God has called you to business, then God expects you to be able to profit, right? A business needs money to run. And that's not being it's not being selfish, it's not being greedy. It is a fact that a business needs money to run. And so if you're running a business, you have to be able to profit. And if you're thinking about something that you want to do that's like that you're passionate about, something that you want to do to serve other people, you have to consider, is this something that I should do for business or this is something that I should do because I'm passionate about it? There's a difference between the two. So you have to think about who your ideal client is for business versus who your ideal client is for the passion or the other types of service that you want to provide. So for example, when you think about your ideal client for business, you want to think about, okay, can this person actually pay me? Is this someone who can pull out their card and fork over the investment that it costs to be able to work with me? And if that person is not the kind of person who can pay you, then you may want to think of finding a different ideal client for business purposes, not for your services or what you want to do as a passion. Now, for some people, their passion is their business. Their passion does become a business. So if you're passionate about helping women entrepreneurs start businesses, then your passion is profitable because people who want to start businesses, if they want to invest, they're able to do that. Now, if you're trying to build a business and your ideal client is someone who's not able to pay you, that is not a profitable, that won't be a profitable business for you. So you got to think about what you're passionate about versus what you need to be able to profit from in your business. And that may be two totally different ideal clients. So for example, if a person, like we'll use the homeless example because I'm really passionate about the homeless and homeless veterans. So for example, if I'm a business coach and I can help someone start a coaching program, I wouldn't try to sell my program to a person who's looking for a place to live. It just doesn't add up, right? So as a passion, there are some things that I can do to help a homeless person or a homeless veteran, right? There's some things that I can do to serve them, some things that I can do to help them. However, trying to sell them a service that I provide through my business won't be profitable. If you're trying to focus on an audience or you're trying to sell your services to an audience that's not the right audience for your business, you're going to have a very difficult time trying to run your business. So you got to think about, okay, as a business person, you got to get into the business mindset of, okay, I need to profit so that my business can not just so your business can continue to run, but so you can do the things that you want to do. The whole reason why we start businesses is so that we can create a kind of lifestyle, right? For a lot of us, our businesses, that is the vehicle to how we're going to create our dream life. It's the vehicle to the freedom that we want, right? And so because of that, you got to think about, okay, can this person pay me, right? A woman a high achieving woman, this is my ideal client, high achieving women who want to turn their expertise, their knowledge, their experience into a program, a coaching program or a consulting program, or they want to create courses or digital products. Basically, they want to take their experience and their expertise and build a profitable brand, right? So she can pay me. She is a person who can invest in my program. Now, if I'm looking on the flip side of things, and if I want to, help a woman who is a homeless veteran, my services to her are going to be different from my services to the high achieving woman who's ready to start her business, right? So you got to think about this thing. Okay, can my ideal client pay me? So I had a client who she worked with young people. She worked with teenagers. And one of the things that we focused on with her program is we priced it accordingly because we understand that it's the parents who will be the ones who are investing, right? So like I invest in my children, their extra activities. And like for my son, for example, I invest in his taekwondo. My daughter does dance, and they just do all the things, right? And so I'm the parent, so I'm the one who's investing. So because of that, it's profitable. But if I was someone trying to sell a service or a product to a child, that doesn't really work out. So even for those of you, I know I've talked to quite a few of you who want to work with young people, you want to work with teenagers, or you want to work with people who are trying to get their lives together, adults who are new adults, 18 years old, 18, 19, and they want to start putting their lives on track, and they want to get on track for their future. You got to think about, okay, how much can this person pay me, or can they even pay me? And in many instances, your ideal client is actually going to be the parent, not necessarily the child or the young person. So you have to think about, who am I really marketing to, right? If you're working with young people, you're actually marketing to the parent because they're going to be the ones who pay you. Now, I had another client that I worked with, and we worked on designing her program. And for her program, she wanted to work with young people who were coming out of the foster system. And so we already understand that in that instance, a young person who is coming out of the foster system may not be able to pay her for her time, pay her for her services. So what we did with that is we decided that the best option for her would be to target organizations. Target these organizations who are looking to support these young adults who are transitioning out of the foster system, and they would be her ideal client as far as the profit is concerned. So they would pay her, and she would come in and she would teach seminars and teach classes, and they could be a part of her program. But her time, her efforts, all of her work and expertise will be paid for by the organizations, right? So you see how like in that situation, that's not really like a profitable path to take if she's targeting these young people who are coming out of foster systems. So in that instance, we shifted things a little bit, and we found organizations that are supporting these young people, and they're able to pay her. As a matter of fact, I have another client who's working on something similar. I have another client who she's got two different ideal clients. Her ideal client that she works with through her business is different from her ideal client that she works with in organizations. She has been able to separate the difference between what she's passionate about doing versus what's going to be profitable for her business. And at the end of the day, that's what you got to be able to get down to. If you need to have two different ideal clients, that's perfectly okay. Maybe you may have one ideal client on one side who you work with them through your business for certain things, and then for your passion, that is a different idea. But it's just something to think about when it comes to your business. At the end of the day, you got to profit, right? So if you have, and another thing is that a lot of my clients, a handful of my clients have a business, and they actually have nonprofit organizations as well. And so they have like, they're multi-talented. So they have the business, and then they have other things that they do. So if you're one of those people who you're looking to support something that you're passionate about, you could easily do that through your business. And I talked to my clients about this on a couple of Tuesdays ago, where we talked about how your business can support whatever it is that you're passionate about if those two aren't the same. You can support something that you're passionate about through your business. For example, if you have a program or a course that you sell, every time you make a sale, some proceeds from that sale can go to whatever it is you're passionate about. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to be an 8-figure business owner to support something that you're passionate about. It could be a small percentage that goes to whatever you're passionate about. Every time someone makes a purchase from your business, every time you make a sale, that money can be set aside to go to whatever organization you're passionate about. So really, at the end of the day, like, your business is going to benefit you in more ways than one. Your business is going to be the key to you being able to create your dream life. And it's also going to be the key to you being able to support your family and do the things that you want to do for your family. But you'll also be able to support the things that you're passionate about. One of the things that I always talk about is how, like, it's exciting to me to be able to support things that I'm passionate about. And imagine how it would feel when you're writing checks to something that you're passionate about because your business is thriving, because your business is successful. Now, the thing to understand is that there are people out there who are willing and able to pay you. They're willing and able, right? So you need to have both if you want to profit. They need to be willing to pay you and able to pay you. So there are people who are willing and able to pay you for your services. Don't put your energy into targeting people who aren't in position to pay you, because at the end of the day, you got to run a business. You have a business to run, and you have to be able to think profit. Okay. So for those of you who are interested in growing your personal brand, growing your business, if you have a coaching brand, consulting brand, or a mentorship brand where you want to mentorship people to show them how to do what you've done, what you've been able to accomplish, then I have a couple of options for you where I can work with you to help you to get that done. The first option is I do have a few spots left. You may have heard me talk about this last week. I have a few spots left in my Content to Authority Accelerator. This is where I'm taking a handful of ladies and helping them to create their content marketing plan. I know a few of you expressed some interest in grabbing a spot in that. I still have a few spots left. I don't think those spots are going to last much longer. So if you want to get a spot in the Content to Authority Accelerator, it is virtual. And I'm going to be helping walk you through how to create your content marketing plan, and also helping you with the content idea so that when you walk away, you have a strong content marketing plan. I'm helping not only with the content ideas, but I'm also helping you with your headlines, because you want your headline to draw people in. You want it to be juicy. So I'm helping you with the content topics, the content headlines, and the content strategy, and so much more. My clients already know that when it comes to ideas, that is my jam. So if you need ideas, if you're trying to figure out, well, what kind of content should I create, I will help you with all of those things. And by the time you leave, you'll be so confident in your content marketing plan, you'll be ready to rock and roll and start creating some consistent content. Now, I will tell you this, that the Content to Authority Accelerator is not so much about, like, creating the pretty graphics and, creating the posts, although we will cover that. But what I really want to do with this Content to Authority Accelerator is to help you get on a consistent routine of creating content, because all experts have some kind of content, right? Doctors write papers, and they have things that they publish, and college professors, they have papers that they write there, and then they teach. That's a part of their content. But if you look at every profession, like across the board, pretty much anybody who is in a professional space, they have some kind of content. Or any person who, let me say this, any person who is an expert has some kind of content that you can go back to. So when it comes to positioning yourself as an expert, content is key to being able to do that. So people, when they see an expert, they look for clues. They want to see what this person has created, what this person has produced. And what my goal is with the Content to Authority Accelerator is to help you get on a consistent action plan of creating content on a regular, so that your audience will see you as an expert. And when people see you as an expert, then it makes selling a lot easier. So I've got the Content to Authority Accelerator coming up. It's a virtual experience. I also have a Content to Authority Accelerator coming up that's in person in Atlanta. So if you're interested in either the virtual version, or if you want to meet me in Atlanta and I'll help you build your content marketing plan from there, just let me know. Send me a quick message. If you're watching me on Facebook, or if you're watching me on Facebook, just send me a message. On LinkedIn, you can send me a message. If you're watching me from YouTube, you can comment under the video, or just send me an email at info@shantaprince.com, and I will explain more details about the Content to Authority Accelerator, both the virtual and the in-person. Now, I also work with clients inside of my Expert Branding Academy, and that's my 12-month mentorship program where I help women coaches, consultants, mentors to build their online business and grow their brand and make money, right? I help them with both sides, because you can actually have a broke brand. Ask me how I know, right? I'm always talking about this, how you can have a broke brand, meaning you got all the stuff together, you got your website, you got your pretty graphics and things like that, but you may not have the clients. And so, inside of the Expert Branding Academy, I teach on how to do all the things, how to have the online presence, but I also teach on how to actually make money. So that way you've got your revenue coming in and you're able to start doing more. You're able to invest more in yourself and in your business. You're able to take those trips you want to take. You're able to write checks to the things that you're passionate about, which is what we talked about earlier. And so inside of the Expert Branding Academy, I work with my clients for an entire year. And by the time we finish, they are very well versed when it comes to entrepreneurship and understanding how to build an online business. And I will tell you that one thing is, a lot of my clients are either brand new to coaching, or they've been coaching for a while and they want to increase their sales. So if you're in one of those places where you're brand new, I will tell you, I was talking with a peer a couple of months ago about this, and we talked about how the gap for newbies is kind of closing up a little bit. Like we're starting to notice that there's not too many places where you can go and be brand new and really feel like, okay, I'm safe here. You're not going to be in an environment where you can't ask questions, because everybody is just so far, so much more advanced that they're scoffing when you ask your question. It is a safe place for newbies, and also a really excellent place for those of you who are seasoned already. Maybe you've had a few clients, and maybe you've been doing this for a little while, but maybe you're like, okay, I really want to step it up with my sales, and I want to get more clients and take my business to the next level. I help with both of those things, but I want to help you to build your brand presence, but I also want to help you to be profitable. I'm super excited about the content. Yes, I am excited. Yep. That must be Natasha. I'm excited. Yes, we are out here winning. Yep. That's definitely Natasha. We are winning out here. I will tell you guys, I was talking about this a little while ago with my accountability coach. And I was talking about how, I was like, we were talking about how people are skeptical these days because they wonder, can you actually help me? Or are you just saying you can help me? Exactly, Natasha. When I saw we winning out here, I was like, that's Natasha. But we were talking about how people are suspicious these days, and people just want to make sure they're making a good investment. So some people are very careful to invest because they want to make sure you can actually help them. Because some people that say they can help you may not really be able to help you the way that they say they can help you, right? And so what happens is people are investing and they're not getting a good return on investment because that person is not actually able to help them to do the things that they said that they can do. That's one reason why you want to create content, because when people see your content, they in their minds, they're seeing you as an expert. They're consuming your content. They're seeing you as an expert. Your content is one way to demonstrate that you can actually do what you say you can do. So when people see you live and you're engaging with them and you're talking to them, or they're reading your blog posts, or they're listening to your podcast or hearing you on Clubhouse, in their minds, they're seeing you as an expert. So that's one way to shift people's perception of you, especially if you're new, is to create content on a regular basis. But we were just talking about how people are just a little bit more skeptical these days because they want to make sure that you can actually do what you say you can do. And so when it comes to growing a business, you want to the best way that I can explain it is you want to be a producer. You want to produce content. You want to engage with your audience. You want to show up like an expert, like what I talked about earlier. Like pretty much any expert that you consider as an expert, they have some kind of content somewhere that they have created. And so when it comes to the Expert Branding Academy, which is what it's all about, it's about positioning yourself as an expert, building a brand so that people recognize you as an expert so that you can command the kind of sales you want to command. I will tell you this, it's easier. Sales are much easier when you have a regular routine of creating content. So that the Expert Branding Academy is 12 months long because it takes time. Like it really does take time to put these things in order. And it's not something that, is to be rushed. If you're building a business and you're in this thing for the long game, it takes time to put things in place. I had one client who, when we started, she was totally brand new. She knew nothing about business. By the time we finished, she had an email list that was up and running with a welcome sequence to welcome her new subscribers. She had 2 offers that she could offer to people. She had a 6-month program that she was selling, and then she had an accelerator program that she was selling. She had her marketing plan together. We worked on her marketing plan so that she knew what kind of content she was putting out and when to put that content out and when to create that content and so much more. But by the time we finished over that year, she had put so many things in place and she was like ready to rock and roll after that. And I will tell you, it was so amazing to watch because she was one of those ones she was moving at her own pace, but she was crushing it. She had her own pace, right? So she would get one thing done, and then she would get another thing done, and then she would get another thing done. By the end of the year, all the things that she had gotten done had added up, and it skyrocketed her success. But she was able to go at her own pace. And so that's one of the things inside the academy. You can really move at your own pace. So if it's up to how fast you want to go. One of my clients was like, within the first few days, she's like, I want to make money. I need to make some money. So we were like, let's go. And immediately she started making money. But then I have some clients who they're working on their things and they're working on their own pace. They're building things right now that may not be monetary in return, but they're putting foundational things in place right now. And eventually they will monetize. But I'm saying all that to say that you have the space to be where you are and not feel like you have to catch up or you have to compete with anybody. It's not like that inside the academy at all. So I've got the Content to Authority Accelerator, the virtual version and the in-person version. My Expert Branding Academy, where I work with clients for 12 months to help them to build their businesses. It's great for newbies, and it's also great for those of you who are seasoned and you want to increase your sales. I also do VIP days. So if you're like, okay, I need an intensive, I need a VIP day. I can do VIP days where I help to create your content marketing plan, which is what I'll be doing in the virtual accelerator. But it's definitely not going to be the same price, because if I'm working with you in a one-on-one setting, because you're getting all of my time, my undivided attention, it's not going to be the same price as the Content to Authority Accelerator. But I do VIP days to help you to create your content marketing plan. I also do VIP days to help you to create your offer. If you want to create a high ticket offer, I do VIP days for that as well. And what that will look like is you and I working together for about 5 hours designing your complete offer. When I design offers, I design not only the offer, but I help you to write the copy for that program so that you know what to say when it's time to sell it. So you will walk away with a complete program that you could actually sell. When we get off of our session, you can actually go and sell that program. So I write the copy for you so you don't have to figure out how to articulate things, how to explain things. And then I also give a strategy, a launch strategy, help you to decide on what your launch strategy is going to be during that session so that you can know how you're going to launch that program. So you walk away with the program, but then you walk away with the strategy on how you're going to launch that program so that you can get some new clients. Okay. So those are the opportunities that I have available for you to be able to, for us to be able to work together. But also, I talk to people in the messages all the time for free. So feel free to send me a message if you want to chat about something, or if you're trying to figure out the difference between what you can profit from and what's something that you're passionate about, feel free to reach out. This is something that I'm getting ready to work with one of my newest clients on. We're going to work through, because she's called to ministry, and she's also called to entrepreneurship. So we're going to work out what she'll be doing under her umbrella for ministry, and versus what she'll be doing under the umbrella of her business. So if this is something that you want to talk about, or you're trying to figure out, I really want to do this, is this something that's going to be profitable for me? Feel free to send me a message, and I can help you to walk through those things so you can get some clarity for your next step. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday, and I hope your weekend is awesome. I know for me, I got a lot going on. I'm chuckling because I was talking to my clients about how stuff is just so busy sometimes, y'all. Don't laugh at me, but last Wednesday, I forgot my kids at school, y'all. I left them at school because what happened was Wednesdays are early dismissal days. And so I had a lot going on that week, and I forgot that it was Wednesday. So I showed up at school at the regular time. It was about an hour later. So roughly about an hour later, I showed up at the school like, why is it empty? And then I was like, oh my goodness, it's early dismissal day. But they were fine. They had put the kids in the Natasha said 4 babies. They had put the kids in the after school program. So they were fine. They rolled them over to the after school program. But I just said all that to say, like, y'all, like, we have a lot going on. So if you aren't raggedy sometimes like me, just think about how I forgot my kids at school on early dismissal day. But sometimes I feel like I'm just like going from place to place, and it's all good because it's for my children. And I'm, my husband and I, we are working hard to develop them into great people, right? So a part of the activities that they do is for their development. So for me this weekend, y'all, I'm gonna be running around doing some stuff for dance for my daughter, and doing some stuff for her volunteer services. But at the end of the day, it's all good, right? Because if you woke up this morning, you are blessed. All right, you are blessed. And think about what you're going to be doing to serve the people that you're called to serve, and how you're going to profit, right? How you're going to profit. And like I said, if your profit is your passion, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you got like all these passions, you're going to have to separate out those things from what you're going to profit from versus what you're going to do for passion. All right, y'all have a great Thursday and an awesome weekend, and I'll be seeing you again soon.